Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this edition of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I'm the Guido, and we thank you all for watching. Joining me from the Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance, ring announcer extraordinaire, videographer supreme, and for my money, the best darn Trunks cosplayer you could ever find, ladies and gentlemen, ring announcer Dilly. Dilly, welcome to The Guido Goes Off.
Thank you, Guido. I love that. Thank you. Not a lot of people know that I did do a Trunks cosplay.
Well, you do have the sword right behind you, but anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
it is, right there on my arm.
Yes, exactly. We'll get to we'll kind of get into that part. Now, you and I have only met about a year ago. About
a year ago.
At From the Ashes 2021, when CHWA rebooted, basically. It was great to be a part of that show. I've done a monthly stint ever since. I love coming down to Cottage Hills, watching you guys grow to the point where, it's like how they talked about a certain wrestler in another promotion. CHWA has gotten to the point they've gone from undesirable to undeniable. So, how long have you been involved with CHWA?
So, that is actually a really interesting backstory. So, I've actually only been in the company as a ring announcer for, let's see here, it'll be 3 years this year, because I debuted at John Holt 6 in 2019. That is whenever I debuted as their ring announcer and where I kind of stepped in behind the scenes. But believe it or not, I was actually there from the ground zero with CHWA because, as you all know, the founding fathers, Chris Exodus and El Ride, and a few others, Harlock Cross, VDP, I can't remember all the founding fathers, but they all started this in El Ride's backyard. Well, I happened to be best friends with his sister, so I knew everyone, and I have told this story a few times to the boys in the roster, boys and girls, and I had absolutely zero faith in this taking off. Didn't believe it at all, said it wasn't going to work, and 10 years later, they've proven me completely wrong.
I'll say, like I said, so you were there from, like you said, the days in El Ride's backyard, El Ride's garage, to that one garage, to Mystical Journeys, to now, where you're at 127 West MacArthur Drive.
Yes.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the Cottage Hills area, every Sunday, doors open at 3, show starts at 3:30-ish.
Yeah, we have been getting better at 3:30-ish. It's been
closer to 3:30. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you do so much work in front of the camera as the ring announcer. You do an incredible amount of work behind the scenes. You've got the show edited up for you edit the show for YouTube, the Thursday Night Throwdown, as well as the pay-per-view events, where if you like to hear my wonderful voice, we will get to where you can find that in a minute. And now you guys have even launched another show, Radio Recap, where you and Chris Exodus recap the Thursday Night Throwdown. Sorry.
Yeah, it's I wear a lot of hats. Ring announcer. I run the camera. I edit the shows. I make the flyers. We're now doing Radio Recap, where every week we review the show. And on pay-per-views, we actually bring in guests. So the very first one for Ground Zero, I had Angelo Grimsley on.
Don't get me started on him. Anyway,
yeah, I know. It's like, we're not going to talk about him.
well, I mean, we will have to address the elephant in the room at some point. But
yeah, that's
like I said, I just want to kind of.
Yeah, no, I do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all worth it.
Yeah, but yeah, especially from back in 2020, COVID shut everything down.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Chris Exodus was one of my guests as I was trying to relaunch this, and boy howdy was he fired up when talking about bringing back CHWA, and that's and I saw that a lot of people were getting involved with it. I said, hey, do you need anything I could bring to the table? Because funny story actually, I had done of course I had done commentary for Rampage Championship Wrestling. A lot of people know that.
Yeah.
And one time, I believe it was at the Whitehall show. There's a show we did in Whitehall, Illinois. It was myself, Jean-Paul Vachon, and Chris Exodus at the commentary table. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we were actually calling a match. I think it was between Elride and Xander Allen, who would become Tommy Davis. And we were talking about it, and after that, I was talking with Chris, and he had said, I want to get you and my dad, the Godfather, for those of you at the same commentary table.
Yeah.
And when From the Ashes was announced and everything's getting announced, I'm like, and I got a hold of him. I got a hold of Chris, and I said, you remember that dream you had about me, and your dad at the same commentary table? He's like, yeah. I go, you want to make it a reality? And he said, yes. But
yeah, whenever you give Chris Exodus an idea, a good idea, he is always super excited and will do anything he can to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not gonna lie. The year I've worked with the Godfather, I regret nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's been really good having you on commentary for our pay-per-views. Because I know there at first it was you and Godfather on the pay-per-views, and starting in January of this year, we brought in David Wolf on commentary, and so it is now you, Guido, Godfather, and David Wolf on commentary during our pay-per-views, and it is very fun listening to the three of you commentate matches.
It is the most wonderful, organized, chaotic madhouse I have ever been a part of, and I'm loving every minute of it. I'm not going to lie.
That is an understatement to explain our organization. Is we generally are the best organized chaos that you can get.
Yes. Yeah, hey, believe me, I know all about holding something together with baling wire and duct tape, right? The show. But, but, I mean, that's the thing. You guys have grown by leaps and bounds. You recently, for those that don't know, CHWA had a run with, there's actually, if you go to CHWA's Facebook page, I don't know if that interview with the radio station was on there, but I know, like, if you go to Cottage Hills Wrestling Alliance on YouTube, that if you put that in the search, it'll actually show the interview where Chris and Godfather, talk about going from, having just a backyard to having a ring made of 4x4s and pallets.
Commendated pallets, that's what it was. Those common dating pallets.
Recycled.
Yeah, recycled that, may or may not have made it to recycling.
Hey, if it's at the dumpster, it's fair game. I mean, it wasn't at the dumpster, was it? Moving on!
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on.
We're
to getting that...
But yeah, no, that video I think is on our Facebook. If not, I'm almost certain Chris Exodus shared it on his page. So.
But yeah. To getting a small 12x12 lowboy that you guys have had... Lowboy, for those that don't know, is a rig that sits very close to the ground.
It basically sits on the ground.
Yeah, basically. And to now where you guys have pretty good size. What I want to say, what was it?
16 by 16.
I was thinking it was 16 by 16.
16 by 16. Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people, whether they're just now watching the show or if they followed us, that 12-foot lowboy literally took us to January of this year. Like I think in total the company has been open for 10 years, but I don't think they got the ring for 2, so the 12-foot has literally lasted 8 years, and we still have it.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it, But, like I said, and, I mean, like I said, you started with the Founding Fathers, so, and then the day one, my apologies, and the day one guys, so now you have this huge roster where you even have legends the likes of Jeremy Lightfoot showing up weekly. Another friend of the show, the Butcher, Damian Blade. Of course, I say friend of the show.
Damian Blade does show up.
Teddy was the best.
He's not weekly, but he does show up on the pay-per-views whenever he I say needs to, but it's whenever he wants to.
Oh yeah. It's when he feels that overwhelming urge to send somebody to the kill floor. Pretty sure that's hourly. But, yeah. Scary, scary man. Believe me. If you don't believe me, you can see my interviews with him. Yeah. You can see interviews we've had with him on the channel. That's why I say friend of the show. So congratulations. You're now a friend of the show.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry we don't have a gift basket involved, but...
What? You mean this isn't... I don't get the one-time plaque? Okay. It's okay. I don't need anything like that.
Nope, sorry.
I got Easter candy around here somewhere. That'll be my basket.
Awesome. Worked great. Okay, but yeah, so like I said, we've, we're talking about, From the Ashes 2021. Well, in a couple of weeks, we've got From the Ashes 2022.
Yeah, it's our 1-year anniversary of opening the doors.
Of reopening
the doors, I should say.
Yeah. And like we were saying, but like I said, a lot of crazy ass stuff going on. I mean, first of all, we'll talk about a couple matches you got going, and then some of the other stuff that's happened. Maybe you can enlighten me on.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to pay attention so like I don't look like a lost puppy dog when I'm down there. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that. Okay, first, the CHWA Heavyweight Championship will be defended in a triple threat. The champion, Chaos Jester, will defend against 2 former champions, Damian Blackwell, who has held that title since...
October.
October.
Whenever he won it against PT at John Holt Yo 7.
Okay, yeah, because I remember it was John Holt Yo, because I remember making sure PT was awake when I announced it.
Yeah,
like
that's a smart idea.
You awake? Good, because I want you to hear this.
Yeah.
And Shane Valiant, up-and-coming star, who held the...
Sean.
Oh, Sean Valiant. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I can't even read my... Okay.
Don't worry about him. He's antisocial. He's been here for a cup of coffee. He literally started in this company by getting thrown out of a ring by P.T. Beckham within 15 seconds.
Yeah. And but yeah, like said Sean Valiant, my apologies. Like I said, I can't even read my own damn handwriting here.
It's okay.
And who was CHWA heavyweight champion for all of 5 minutes until Chaos Jester cashed in the Golden Opportunity briefcase to become.
Yeah. I don't even know if he held it for that long. I think he may have held it for maybe a minute if he was lucky enough.
So not only a cup of coffee, he might have been able to have the muffin too. With
you know, that's fair. He might have had the muffin while he was at it.
But yeah, so those three will be colliding, and well, I mean that all depends. I mean, you know, Chaos Jester, pretty much everyone who has the CHWA heavyweight title on the weekly shows, because you know we got a go home show coming up Easter Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do have a show coming up tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, you guys are having an Easter egg hunt prior to that. Is that right?
Yeah, if the weather holds out, we are going to have an Easter egg hunt. The doors will open at 3 like they normally do, and if the weather holds out, we will have an Easter egg hunt at 3:30. But if the weather doesn't hold out, I think we're going to do something special for the kids where, as they're coming in, we'll give them a bag of Easter eggs.
Okay, awesome. Another match we could talk about, this, which I feel I need to elaborate on this one because I just found out about this last week. What used to be the CHWA Women's Championship, which I haven't at Ground Zero, was won by the returning Sophia Sombra, who beat the not only the then Women's Champion, but the general manager and pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I call her the Victator.
Yeah.
But she has a name, I guess. Now, do I call her Vicious Victoria, or do I?
So it depends, honestly.
I don't think I can call her.
I was told by her that anytime she comes out as a GM, she's GM Vicky, but anytime she comes out as a wrestler, she's Vicious Victoria. Yeah, she is. You know, I'll give her credit. She was the women's champion for a month.
But she had a lot of help.
It's hard to remember, but yeah, Sophia Sombra came in on her return, beat Vicious Victoria, and the next week decided that she'd been out wrestling across the different territories, and she learned something internationally that men and women wrestle each other in equal competition.
Not as surprised
so she decided to
Lucha
turn the women's championship into the CHWA International Championship. That all wrestlers can come and fight for, men and women.
Yeah, what was it? Because this past week on Thursday Night Throwdown, she actually defended it against Radical Rick. Which I still want to say, as much as I'm finally proud of him, as much as I'm proud of him for finally getting proper footwear, he has been a jerk and a half, like ever since. I mean, you know, he assaulted the wife of his former tag team partner. He's been he's trying to beat up Little Chaos Jester's son, in order to get title shots and shots at that Golden Opportunity briefcase. And, you know, he's been a straight up jerk.
He really has, you know. He this past Thursday Night Throwdown, he got tired of being called a woman beater or, you know, kid beater, and he said, you know, if you're going to call me that, I'm at least going to get something out of it. And so he challenged Sophia Sombra for the international title. both a smart and dumb idea at the same time. If I'm
Yeah.
going to be honest.
So Sophia is no slouch, and we've seen her before. She's definitely improved in her time away from CHWA, and
She very much has.
it was. He got cocky, he got caught, Latin flair, 1, 2, 3, and
I think he got 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken.
I need to rewatch that.
I don't think Sophia pinned him quick enough on the first one, and she's like, nope.
I'm gonna kick you in the face again.
You're done.
So she's like, I'm gonna kick you in the face again. I'm totally for that.
Hey, sometimes you gotta.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm letting my bias show on here. Usually, on Guido Goes Off, we try to keep it objective. My apologies.
Okay.
I know this is your first time
That's
on the
okay.
show.
I'm supposed to be unbiased too whenever I do radio recap or whenever I announce, but there are just some people that I cannot. I have to rib into them as much as possible because they just rub me the wrong way.
I can totally understand that. And definitely one group that has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, the New Foundation. Because I know, I know Angelo Grimsley. This will be From the Ashes will be his 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, he debuted 1 year ago against Chaos Jester. Yeah.
Yes, I was there. That was fun watching him get his ass whooped. I mean, it was a great, wonderful match.
He deserves it.
Well, but yeah, and if I'm not I might be wrong. If I'm not mistaken, but yeah, but one thing, if you go to the CHWA Facebook page, I just saw that some footage has come up. As if I'm not mistaken, he and other members of the New Foundation just assaulted the Godfather.
Yeah, the New Foundation decided to make some big moves this week, or Sunday for Thursday Night Throwdown.
Yeah, I know Harlock Cross got in a altercation backstage with Voodoo King
and beat up the Voodoo King while everybody was kind of relaxing and getting their bearings together. And as Harlock is beating up the Voodoo King, the rest of the New Foundation, Angelo Grimsley, Drew Carter, Dean Roberts, Sid Manson, and Mazoku decided to assault Godfather.
Yes.
He did
a damn shame,
wind
right?
up having to go to the hospital, and we wish him well. And so as far as I know, I don't think he's going to be there Sunday. I think it's going to be David Wolf flying solo.
Oh, good Lord. But yeah, so we've got those 2 big matches. I'm assuming there's a lot more going on because
there is one that we kind of mentioned in this just a second. You do have the United States title up for grabs between Harlock Cross and the Voodoo King.
Okay, so that has been signed for From the Ashes?
That, and I'm not for sure if they've got it all situated, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Bayou Boys will be defending their title against Bulletproof, the reunited Bulletproof.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know they separated for a while. They're back together. It's good to see that. I know Isaiah the Enforcer's been out injured for the past few weeks, but that'll definitely be good to see him back and teaming with Sean Justice again. Once again, trying to get number 9. Bulletproof has been 8 times CHWA Tag Team Champions. Looking for magic number 9 there.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's crazy to think how many people have had multiple title wins in the company.
Yeah, I was.
Chaos Jester is also a former. I don't know exactly how many times, but I know he is a former heavyweight champion before this current.
Because I know there's been a lot of them, and I kept sitting there like, I was debating asking, when I heard who all has been CHWA heavyweight champion, I was debating asking the Godfather. I was like, are the only people who haven't been CHWA heavyweight champions sitting at this booth?
Honestly, I think so. Chris Exodus and L Ride, I want to say they're the current tie holders of who's had it the most. I'm not entirely for sure, but I know that they are at least in the double digits. I think they're 12 apiece. As I drop things, I know that Radical Rick has held the title. Let me see here. Who else? Damian Blackwell obviously has held it twice.
PT's held it twice. PT Beckham's held it twice.
Mystical Journeys for all of 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But that still counts.
Yep. Let's see.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't fully remember everybody, but I know there's definitely several multi-title holders.
Yeah, I mean, in the time I've been with the company, I know, that first show, PT Beckham's won it.
Oh yeah, PT Beckham definitely won.
He's at least twice.
Who's a multiple-time holder.
Yeah, he's at least twice. I mean, even, like I said, yep. Wait, have you held it?
I wish.
I don't know,
And
dude.
at the same time, no, I don't think I could.
I'm not gonna lie. It's becoming a murderer's row.
That's all I want to do.
Yeah. It's becoming a murderer's row in CHWA. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so, of course, we wish Godfather a speedy recovery. I hope he gets better soon. Again, like I said, I would love to be there Sunday contractual, but I have contractual obligations elsewhere. My apologies.
It's totally fine. It's okay. I think David Wolf can handle by himself.
He's got this. He's got this.
And the only way to get better is to have a little bit more practice.
Oh yeah.
We'll be right back with more of the Guido Goes Off after this announcement. A Midwest legend comes home for his swan song. See the final match of Chris Riot as Illinois Elite Wrestling presents Frontlines, May 21st at 5 p.m. from the Overtime Bar and Grill in Greenfield, Illinois. All active duty and military veterans free with military ID.
And we're back with our guest, ring announcer Dilly from CHWA. We've been talking about CHWA From the Ashes taking place next Sunday, April 24th at 127 West MacArthur Drive.
Yep.
Going back to that main event, I mean, because I know there's been a lot going on with that. David Blackwell, you mentioned, has held the title since October. John Holt, 07, night 2. And that was also the night Chaos Jester won the Golden Opportunity briefcase. And
yeah, it is.
There was a gentleman's agreement there
Yes.
between Chaos Jester and David Blackwell.
Yes.
Chaos said, as long as you're holding the title, I'm not cashing this in.
Yeah. He made it a very good point later in I think November. Told Damien that he would never cash in on him because he felt Damien deserved a better reign than what he was left with the last time Damien held it. And so he made sure to never cash in. And he kept his promise. He never cashed in on Damien.
Exactly. But like I said, unfortunately, at Ground Zero, Sean Valiant, with help of our dear, dear friends at the New Foundation, Specifically. Exactly. We'll get to Drew Carter's interest in this here in a second. With the help of Drew Carter, Sean Valiant became the new CHWA champion. Once again, all for of about a cup of coffee as the Chaos Jester cashed in. One Chaos Theory later, your winner, and new! It's fun doing that. It's always fun.
It really. I love hearing it whenever you announce the winners of each match. It's so good and so vibrant of energy.
But yeah, like I said, one Chaos Theory, or was it a couple? Either way, your new CHWA Heavyweight Champion, Chaos Chester. And,
Yeah.
and then now we're in this situation.
No slight to Sean Valiant, and help of Drew Carter to get that title off of Damien. I believe it was. I think it was at least one. I want to say maybe two concertos later.
Yeah. Yeah. For those of you who've never seen Damian Blackwell, young man is a load. 6'4", 305 pounds.
I think it's 350. He's a big boy.
Oh, 350.
Yeah, he is a big
Who
boy.
keeps giving me I think I might have to go through more GGO staff here.
Fire the writers.
Well, I can fire the writers, but then who's going to do the show?
Yeah,
Like I said, if we had the budget, we'd be doing this for next to nothing. But and so now, the week after on Thursday Night Throwdown, Sean Valiant was saying he wanted his rematch, believing he should leapfrog Damian Blackwell.
Yep.
Chaos Chester says, I'll defend it against you, and I'll defend it against Damian. Let's do this. And the triple threat was made for.
It was, not exactly sure what you want to call it, but it was decided, I think the week after, if not the week after that, that the title would be defended in a triple threat match between Chaos Chester, Sean Valiant, and Damian Blackwell. And Sean has been making his presence known the entire time, coming in and messing with Damian Blackwell in the middle of his match with Drew Carter last week. I think he also attacked Chaos at one point last week during his match with Angelo. Sean is clearly out for blood and back. He wants the title back because he feels he deserves it. And that match at From the Ashes, I cannot wait to see what happens because I have no idea how that match is going to go.
But yeah, we say, that Sean Valiant has kind of formed this uneasy alliance with Drew Carter. For those that don't know, Drew Carter, also being a member of the New Foundation, won the King of the Hills Rumble match,
back in January.
Back in January, which guarantees him a title shot, if I'm not mistaken, next month at May Day. Am I correct?
Yes, Drew Carter, whenever he won the King of the Hill Rumble match, he won a shot at the heavyweight at May Day. It wasn't at his own choosing. It was for May Day. So that is something to be looking out for at the end of May. Is Drew Carter will be facing the heavyweight champion, whether it's Chaos Chester, Sean Valiant, Damian Blackwell, or anyone else who happens to be holding the title. Drew Carter is guaranteed that main event of May Day.
Yeah, exactly. So we know that Drew Carter is going to be watching this triple threat match very, very closely, and hopefully all he's doing is watching.
I imagine he does not want Damien to be anywhere near that title, because if Damien's near the title, that makes it that much harder for him to get it in May. Exactly.
Or Chaos Chester for that matter. It could be. Very.
Chaos is definitely one not to be messed with. I will give you that. He's whimsical at times, and I love him to death. But he is very much a threat. Otherwise, he wouldn't be the heavyweight champion right now.
You are exactly right. Once again, we got that huge main event. We've got, of course, recap the CHWA International Championship. I'm trying to get that drilled in my head so I don't say the women's title. Especially if Radical Rick ended up holding it I might still call it the women's title. I just don't know. but
yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
To
But
say
again,
the
Sofia Sombra defending the international championship against Vicious Victoria, the Victator.
Yeah.
As you mentioned,
Sophia accepted that challenge about a week or so ago, I believe. Yeah, she accepted Vicious Victoria's challenge From the Ashes for the international title.
okay. But and then of course you did mention the Bayou Boys defending against Bulletproof for the CHWA Tag Team Championships, and the U.S. title up for grabs as Harlock Cross defends that against the Voodoo King.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's a lot more coming down the pipe, so definitely go to CHWA's Facebook page in the coming weeks, as well as the YouTube channel.
Definitely follow the Facebook page. That's where most of the breaking news update comes from. The YouTube page is mostly where our Thursday Night Throwdowns go. Patreon is where you go get the pay-per-views at patreon.com/CHWA.
But in order to get the pay-per-views, you have to subscribe to the $10 for life tier.
Yep.
Yep,
you got to subscribe to the 4 Live tier to get the pay-per-views. Otherwise, you only get select content. We've been working behind the scenes to get more content to our Patreon because that's something we wanted to do, but have not capitalized on, and we are actually in the works of setting something up for that. And Guido, I think you'll like what'll be coming to the Patreon once we get it up and rolling.
exactly. So patreon.com/CHWA, all caps, right? All caps. All right.
Yep. It's just the 4 letters, CHWA.
Yep. And once again, the $10 for life tier, that gets you access to all the pay-per-views. You can see Dilly in action, hear my shining voice as I work with Godfather, David Wolf. But if you'd rather see it live, 127 West MacArthur Drive in Cottage Hills, Illinois.
62018.
Yep. You guys are there pretty much every Sunday. Doors open at 3. Show starts at 3:30-ish. $10 for adults, $5 for kids. Like I said, from where this you guys have started to where you're at now, it is an incredible journey for the men and women of CHWA.
It really is, going from someone's backyard jumping on trampolines to being in someone's garage and jumping on pallets to being in someone's garage to jumping in a ring that barely fits in the garage to going to like an auto garage. That's what the old building used to be, I think. Then to Mystical Journeys, probably honestly where we really found ourselves as a company and started really rocking and rolling, and then now to our own building where we're there every Sunday. It's ours. Well, we rent, but it's
you get free rent. You get free rent.
It's more than what we used to do.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it's been quite the journey. I thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of it. And appreciate you taking the time, coming on the Guido Goes Off, talking about From the Ashes, Sunday, April 24th, like I said.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Guido. I always love talking to you whenever we're at the shows, and it's definitely been an item that I wanted to check off on the list to come out on your show.
It's surprising how many people love being a part of the Guido Goes Off, and I try to make it as wonderful an experience as I possibly can. Now you can put yourself down as a friend of the show. Like I said, sorry, there's no gift basket that goes with it. I hate the frickin' Oscars.
Friend of show.
like I said, I wish it was. Like I said, I wish we could do something about that, but like I said, that we're doing it for next to nothing. But again, Dilly, I would like to thank Dilly for joining me here. Dilly, where can people find you on social media?
Social media, you can find me at Instagram, or on Instagram at ring_announcer_Dilly. That is where I post most of my stuff. I don't really do Facebook for my own stuff. I have a Twitch that I haven't used in a long time, so I would plug that, but I wouldn't. And the Twitter is part of my gaming stuff, so. So yeah, just Instagram at ring_announcer_Dilly. That's where you can find me.
All right.
And that in every Sunday at 127
West MacArthur Drive,
Cottage Hills, Illinois 62018. Losing my ever-loving mind every single week.
Yeah, I know the struggle of ring announcing and trying to get everything together, chasing down people for info, and you do it times 10 because, like I said, you also, I don't think a lot of people understand how many hats this man wears. There, how many hats this man wears. He's got to get their build weight, their hometowns, their music, get things shot just right, get the cameras coordinated. You, as they say, perform a yeoman's effort, and for that, I definitely myself, but I would like to believe anyone who watches CHWA program is indebted to you for that.
Yeah, Chris Exodus has definitely pulled me aside sometimes and told me that the show doesn't run without me, and I don't agree with it, because the men and women who wrestle, they're the ones who make this show possible. But yeah, I just want to do what's best for the company and what's best for these men and women, and if there's anything that I can do to make their lives easier so that they can be shown doing well at their craft, I'm going to do it without hesitation. And that's all that I do for this company, is I do everything that I can to make them as popular and as big as they can without any hesitation. Because, believe it or not, I believe in it. It's surprising. I believe in this after 10 years of saying, nope, it's not going to work. I believe it, and I truly do. I want this to be as big as possible, and I think we're starting to get there.
Definitely. So, with that being said, links to everything will be in the description below. The Patreon, the YouTube YouTube website, everything to where you can find everything these guys at CHWA do. And like I said, once again, Dilly does an incredible amount of work. I mean, I'm just gonna show up and yammer, and without the hard work Dilly puts in, you don't hear that, you don't see that. Once again, Dilly, I would like to thank you for coming on The Guido Goes Off, and
thank you very much for having me, Guido.
All right, and for Dilly, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.